Dear friends, welcome to another edition of Spillin the Tea with Father Rob. It's a Friday afternoon here, and we got a lot of snow. I don't know what the official count was, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was closing in on 40 centimeters. Anyway, it's good to be here. Grab yourself a cup of tea. Very nice. This one has been boiled about 5 or 6 times today, so it's quite ripe, but exactly what I need on a Friday afternoon. The first thing that I want to say to you in this update is I know some of you have been receiving emails from Father Rob Elford asking for money. This is a scam. There's no way I can control the scam because they're not generated from my email account, which is father.rob.elford@gmail.com. That's the only email that I use. I don't know how to. I can't prevent anyone from setting up fake accounts and getting on with these schemes. But I want you to know that I will never, ever, ever solicit money by email. Okay, if there's an initiative here in the parish or a particular need, it will be done, in the bulletin, in our announcements, perhaps over Spilling the Tea, or from the altar after the announcements or something. I will never ever ask anyone for money. If you ever receive an email that appears to be from me asking for money, it's a scam. Don't respond. Don't even take the first step. And if you're one way of knowing is the first line of defense. If you go up to the email address that it's sent from, and it's anything other than fr.rob.elford@gmail.com, it's not from me. But even if that were the case, and someone actually got into my real email address somehow and sent something out, and it's asking for money, it's not from me. It's a scammer. Don't have anything to deal with it. To do with it. So this is the age we live in. It's devastating, isn't it, to think about people who are able to use technology in such a way that they go around prying on the goodwill and the naivety of people. So I hope that's clear. I will never ask for money over email. You've heard me speak on this channel before about our very own Stefan, a fabulous runner. In fact, he won the PEI half marathon this past summer. You've heard me speak of a documentary called Champions. Well, Champions, a longer version of the documentary than is posted on the CBC website, is coming to town Sunday, December the 19th at 3 p.m. down at Park Lane. If you're interested in seeing the full version of the documentary, please pick yourself up a ticket. Park Lane, Sunday, December 19th at 3 p.m. I'm really excited about seeing it. I'm really excited about supporting a really inspirational man right from our own community. So hopefully we'll see you down there, December 19th, 3 p.m. The gospel should change our hearts. Takes our heart of stone and turns it into a heart of flesh, to quote the prophet Isaiah. And so this response from a heart of flesh, this response that's been touched by grace, is what's behind our mission statement of being a beacon of hope and love here in our community. Our community, of course, goes from Armdale all the way out to Sambro. Our mission is to be a beacon of hope and love in this larger community, to be provocative, to have people ask questions. Why are they doing that? Well, we know the reason why we're doing it, and we're going to be celebrating his birth again here on December the 25th. So through the lens of our mission, through the lens of hope and love, I'm really excited to tell you that, again, Ross Lawrence's mission to street engaged folks has been met with a resounding support. So thank you for that. He'll be delivering these items on December the 12th. Tremendous support. Thank you very much for everything. Also, Alain Godbout, you've heard him speak at Mass recently around a pen pal ministry to folks who are in nursing homes. In his first week of getting this off the ground, he has now over 30 people who volunteered to be pen pals for folks in nursing homes. Isn't that beautiful? Spread the word. There are lots of people in nursing homes, lots of people suffering from loneliness and isolation. The fact that we now have this connection that will hopefully help loosen the chains of loneliness is a wonderful initiative. So thank you, Alain, and thank you to everyone who's supported this. Spread the word. Maybe this is a lovely ministry for kids of all ages and for adults of all ages. I'm also happy to say that the Kairos Christmas Day dinner seems to be going well, so I've been getting updates on that. A wonderful initiative that happens right on Christmas Day as we continue that tradition here. Many thanks to Sister Anne-Marie and her tenacious leadership in pulling all this together. Your response in supporting the food banks has been overwhelmingly wonderful, so thank you for everyone who supported that. There's one other thing you're going to see. I was actually expecting two crisis shelters, tiny emergency shelters. I don't think the language has exactly gelled around what they're formally being called yet. Some people seem to be calling them tiny shelters, other crisis shelters. We're having two right here at the St. Michael's site in our parish of Stella Maris. I was expecting them to arrive the day before yesterday, but clearly the snow has delayed plans. So they should be here anytime at all. More details to follow, but where do I even start with this? These emergency shelters, these crisis shelters, are not a solution to the homeless problems in our street. These are simply, if I could use the metaphor of a transatlantic crossing on a passenger liner, this is a life raft to help people through a storm. This is not a solution to our homeless problem. And I'm honored as the pastor of Stella Maris that you are supportive, very supportive of supporting this ministry, these crisis shelters. So they'll be showing up here very, very soon, and we're working with social workers and agencies downtown to find people who not only need this kind of shelter, but who may positively respond to it. So more to follow on that. By the way, each shelter costs $10,700. From our outreach funds, we have reimbursed the Archdiocese for one shelter, $10,700. The second shelter, although at our location, is being funded by Good Shepherd Parish. That's our neighboring churches of St. Agnes and St. Thomas Aquinas. So we have a partnership there. This is not simply about putting a roof over people's head. It is about engaging in relationship with them. So much more to come on this in the following coming weeks. So we've just depleted our funds in outreach by $10,700. If you're interested in supporting this fund, you can give to the church in the normal ways. I will not be sending an email to ask you to fund this, but you can give in the normal ways. There will be envelopes at the church specifically mentioning the tiny shelters, and you can give in all the normal ways you typically would to the church. Just mentioned the gospel, the Holy Spirit transforms the human heart. This is the essence of the gospel. We are transformed into being creatures that love better because of our faith and because of our hope. So I'm really excited that Karen LeBlanc has taken on the challenge of leading Alpha this coming winter. So more details to follow on that. She's got a great team of Alpha folks put together. We will be rolling out another iteration of Alpha starting in late January. More details to come. Please spread the word. You'll be hearing more about this in the coming days. Every once in a while, a few times a year, I get called by the mission to Seafarers to go on board a ship for some sacramental purpose where they want to speak to a priest. I've done it a couple times this year, and I did it just last week. A ship by the name of the motor vessel Saint Sophia. Lovely. So I was invited to go down there, Filipino captain, an entirely Filipino crew, to say Mass for them. You know, they've been trying to have Mass on board. He was telling me several ports of call up in the St. Lawrence River, Quebec and Montreal, and they couldn't. So they got in touch with the mission to Seafarers down here. We have a deacon who's assigned to the mission, Art Mitchell, and he got in touch with me, and it was a great honor to go down there to say Mass with these beautiful, young, faith-filled men from the Philippines who will be away for Christmas this year. So keep them in your prayers, all seafarers, but perhaps in a special way this week, the crew of the Saint Sophia. Until we see each other again, I wish you a joy-filled week. I pray for our parish daily, and I pray that you are having a fruitful time of rest and restoration as we continue our Advent journey of not just waiting, but yearning to know our risen Lord a little more intimately. God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.